All right, well, let's move on. Let's move on to something.
Yeah, let's move on. I'm done with people yelling at Twitter. Or not even current Twitter people either, like former Twitter people.
And they're just sitting there rolling their eyes like, what the fuck? Why?
They're like, I don't even work there anymore. They're like, I don't care. I don't work there
I
anymore.
don't care, yeah. Anyway, I know that didn't have much to do with finance, but it was fun news to go through. So let's get to some finance stuff. The State of the Union address. Biden talked a lot about Social Security and different things. But he jumped right in with Social Security and Medicare because right now they're doing the debt ceiling issue, which we had talked about last time. And that's one of the things the Republicans have been kind of holding over them. But he did some magical stuff at the State of the Union. For those of you that missed it, we're going to watch it right now. But he addressed this, and he made something amazing happen. Couldn't believe it myself, but we're going to watch it real quick.
Some of my Republican friends want to take the economy hostage. I get it, unless I agree to their economic plans. All of you at home should know what those plans are. Instead of making the wealthy pay their fair share, some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority. Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see you. No, I enjoy conversion.
I got to do this real quick. So Marjorie Taylor Greene got shit for this because she yelled and interrupted him a bunch of times during his speech. And he just kept rolling like he didn't care. But nothing says woman of the people like an heiress wearing a fucking fur coat screaming at the president.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel super represented right now. I'm so represented.
They're my people. You know how much fur I like to wear.
She's going for her Ava Perón look or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
God, Cruella de Vil.
I'm glad to see you. No, I tell you, I enjoy conversion. You know, if Congress doesn't keep the programs the way they are, they go away. Other Republicans say, I'm not saying it's a majority of you. I don't even think it's even a significant, but it's being proposed by individuals. I'm not politely not naming them, but it's being proposed by some of you. Look, folks.
Cruella de Vil was ready to throw shit at something.
Yeah, watch this though. Just watch Kevin McCarthy here in the back. While they're screaming at him, watch what he does here, because he does this through the whole thing. But
the idea is that we're
see, he's trying to shush them the whole time because they're not helping their cause. And Biden knows it. That's why he's like, "Oh yeah, well we can talk about it. We'll talk about it now." Doing the old man stick on him, and they're fucking eating it up.
We're not going to be moved into being threatened to default on the debt if we don't respond, folks. So, folks, as we all apparently agree, Social Security and Medicare is off the books now, right? You're not going to stop. All right. We got unanimity. Social Security and Medicare are a lifeline for millions of seniors. Americans have to pay into them from the very first paycheck they start.
So he got the Republicans to admit on national television during the State of the Union address, no, we're not going to go after Social Security and Medicare. Because they can't. They'll lose voters. Even though that's what they want to do. And that's what Rick Scott's been promoting, and that's what the RNC was promoting, and McConnell kept saying, no, shut up, don't fucking say that, shut up, shut up, shut up. You got McCarthy back there telling him, shut up, sit down, shut up. Because now they're painted in a corner. Because now he can't go in there and say, hey, we want to make changes to Social Security. Because if he does, Biden can go, State of the Union. You go explain that on Sunday shows on Fox and CNBC and NBC and CNN. Now he's in a tightrope of a situation because he's got to deal with his caucus and he doesn't have a big lead. And a lot of those guys are not going to want to have to humiliate themselves and go, well, wait a minute, we just agreed we weren't going to do it on national television. I'm not fucking doing it now. Especially a lot of the Republicans in New York and California. They're going to be like, I'm not losing my constituents.
I'd be like, no.
No, most of my constituents are on Social Security. That's how I got freaking elected. I didn't get elected by Gen Z. But yeah, so he nailed that. I mean, if you didn't watch the State of the Union, he did nail that. So he covered that. Social Security, Medicare. The Republicans have been trying to cut it for a long, long time. Ever since they started it back in the 30s, the conservatives have wanted to cut it. But yeah, so that was a good move. He did talk. It was pretty progressive. If you guys watched the whole thing, which I encourage you to do if you haven't. A lot of the stuff he talked about, he's not going to be able to get done, not with a Republican House. But it's nice to hear a president talk about, like, yeah, let's talk about expanding these things in Social Security. Let's talk about, he talked about an assault weapons ban, which I thought was pretty ballsy for president. Whether you agree with that or not, it's a pretty aggressive move. So I give him points.